If you're craving a simple new moon ritual straight from a witch's grimoire, this video is for you. I'm sharing 3 easy ritual ideas you can do on the new moon to weave more magic into your life. With the next new moon in Leo on July 25th, I hope this video gives you a spark of inspiration. A new moon occurs when the sun and moon conjunct in the sky. This conjunction is a magical time to check in with your innermost dreams and emotions. Now you can't see a new moon as it is hidden in the dark night sky and appears completely invisible. It is also called the void moon, and I personally prefer to do my spells and rituals a day later when the moon begins to reappear and grow. This cycle of the moon is the perfect time to do some cleansing magic and see what parts of your life want to be reborn into something bigger. It's a monthly reminder to me that everything in life follows a cycle of death and rebirth, and that sometimes we need to withdraw from the noises of the world to grow into a more shining version of ourselves. Here where I live, the wisdom of living in harmony with the moon cycles is still very much alive. The belief that starting a detox on a new moon has the greatest impact, or that beginning to break a bad habit at this time will lead to the most success, is still present, and I love how this ancient knowledge is becoming popular again. And to me, each new moon feels like a small monthly celebration of the themes of the Sabbath Ostara. New beginnings, planting seeds that will grow into something big and meaningful. It's that moment when, after lying hidden in the dark winter soil, life begins to break through, just like it does in spring. But to be honest, lately I've been feeling the energy of the new moon so strongly, as if I'm hidden and invisible, just like the moon when she disappears from the sky. But I remembered that it's in the invisible where the most magical things begin to take shape, like a baby growing in its mother's womb, for example. And so I started to see the new moon as a light within the darkness, a quiet guide through these in-between times. Now, the moon influences the oceans on our planet Earth, as you probably already know, and it creates the tides. So this means that the element that is linked to the moon is the element of water, and water also represents our emotions. So all of these are themes that are connected to the moon. And the ritual that I'm about to share with you is one of my most favorite new moon rituals, because it really is charged with centuries worth of folklore and magic. And I can only imagine for how long people have been tossing coins into a wishing well, like secretly whispering their wishes to the water and the coins and hoping that they would come true. So for this wishing well new moon ritual, all you will need is a glass or ceramic bowl and anything that enhances your magic, like shells or crystals that you can put into the water. Maybe you want to work with sigils, like that you are activating when they get into the water. Maybe you write something on stones, like symbols. Like, think of anything that enhances your magic that is safe to put into your little wishing well. Fill your bowl with water and place anything inside that you feel enhances your magic. Stir the water clockwise and speak out loud. Water flows within this well, a secret place where wishes dwell. With this new moon I make my plea, as I will it, so mote it be. Next you want to activate your coins as well, and I usually do this by directing energy into them and visualizing my new moon wish. Sit with the coins in your hand until you really feel your wish, and then speak your spell out loud. Hear my spell, Grandmother Moon, up so high, a dream fulfilled under the hidden sky. And after you stated your spell, you can toss your coins into the well. And once you are done, you want to leave the coins in the water. And I read about this in one of Scott Cunningham's books, where he talks that you literally gave this as a gift to the element of water, to the spirit of water. So you don't want to use these coins to buy anything with them. You could donate them, for example, but you don't want to use them anymore once you put them in your wishing well. Now, I personally really love to do this ritual to manifest smaller things, like things that are possible to manifest within 2 or 3 weeks, because from a new moon to a full moon, it takes about 14 to 15 days. And so if you are doing the witchcraft, if you are like doing the magic, remember to also include smaller things in your manifestation list, because if you are never seeing any results, if you are only focusing on like the big things that take years to manifest, then it can be really discouraging and you may even stop to do any of the work because you feel like nothing is ever manifesting for you. So remember to include smaller manifestations that are easy to manifest, that can manifest within like a short amount of time. So this is something that I just realized recently, that indeed I am manifesting so many things, but they are smaller, and so I tend to forget about them and I only focus on the big things. And so I started doing this ritual to really focus on smaller things, to just have this effect of me seeing that my workings actually work. Now, another super simple yet magical new moon ritual idea is a new moon bowl. And a new moon bowl is kind of the equivalent to the idea of a money bowl. Because if you know me, then you know that I love to do spells and rituals that kind of nurture the intention over time. And this is exactly what is happening right here. We are aligning to the phases of the moon. We are aligning to the current energies of the universe. And this is why I love this ritual so much. And all you need literally is a bowl. This could be a wooden ritual bowl if you have one, maybe again a glass bowl or a ceramic bowl. You could literally just use a cup or a like cereal bowl if you don't have anything else. Like, don't make it too complicated, just use what you have, because remember that we are practical witches. And you also need 14 to 15 things that are kind of enhancing your wish, that are supporting your intention. Alright, so what can you put into your new moon ritual bowl? Now, as my bowl, first of all, I'm going to use this wooden ritual bowl that I got a while ago on a shamanic retreat, and so this will be the base of my ritual. I really love this one, it's so cute. And if you watched my spell work for a beginner's guide, then you know that you want to work with as many correspondences as you can to really nourish your intention. Now, this could be flowers or crystals or like oils, anything, dried herbs that you really connect to your intention and that supports your intention energetically. So if you are working with herbs or oils, see that the magical and the energetic properties are aligning with your intention, and like think of things that just remind you of your wish. Now for a new moon bowl, obviously it's about new beginnings and like fresh new starts, and for this purpose I always use some eggshells. I found these a while ago when I was foraging, and so this is perfect because eggs just symbolize new beginnings, because like baby animals are hatching out of eggs. So eggshells are really beautiful to enhance the intention of a new beginning, but also seeds. Like I love pumpkin seeds, and so I have a bunch of these. I think they are so powerful, like they really work well for me. And so this is what I'm always using if I'm doing a magical working for new beginnings or like a fresh new start. And yeah, what else? I also have some dried chestnut flowers. This to me is also really symbolizing a new beginning because I harvested them in spring this year, and it just brings me back to the time when like all the spring flowers and trees were like flourishing. So again, this also really supports the intention of a new beginning. And I also have some bay leaves. Bay leaves are really powerful, so I love working with them. You can write on them if you want to, you can burn them in a fire ritual, but I love writing on them and keeping them in my bowls, like a money bowl for example. I always have some bay leaves. And you can also use some paper where you are writing on your wish, your intention, and you could even like drop some candle wax on it and use some herbs that you are sealing on the paper like that. I learned this from one of Ivy Chorus's videos, and I was like, this is so smart, like putting on some herbs and then dropping on some candle wax. This is so smart. So thank you, Ivy, for like sharing that, because this was like such a good tip. But you could also work with images, with pictures, and put them inside. Remember that we are building up our intention here over 14 to 15 days. Alright, so now that we know what we want to put inside of our new moon bowl over the next 2 weeks daily, and by the way, you can totally do this intuitively. So maybe you are on a walk someday and you just feel like that you want to put a certain flower inside of your new moon bowl, or you find an herb in your apothecary and you feel like this is perfect for this day, then by all means do it intuitively. But once you know what you want to put inside of your new moon bowl, you want to activate your new moon bowl first. And I'm doing this by writing down my new moon wish on a piece of paper, and then I'm sitting with it until a candle has burned down. And sometimes I'm also using a bay leaf for this purpose, so this could be an option as well. But I'm writing down the new moon wish and I'm sitting with it until the candle has burned down. I'm always using smaller candles that are, for example, like these right here. So I'm not using big candles, I'm using small candles that take about an hour to burn down. And after the candle has burned down, I just know that I sat with it for a good amount of time. I definitely felt the emotion in my body after I'm getting up, because for me this always takes some time to get into, like for example, a meditation. And then I'm also like guiding my energy into this piece of paper. So there is like two components to this working. So basically I'm writing it down, I'm sitting down until I feel the emotion in my body, and I'm also guiding my magical energy into this piece of paper. By the way, I also have like a guided audio where you can learn how you can manipulate your energy, because this is definitely crucial if you want to be successful in your spells and rituals. But yeah, this is how I'm like doing this. And then I'm putting my new moon bowl on my new moon wish, and I place it somewhere where I'm definitely reminded to feed it daily and to put some of the things inside that I chose for this specific purpose. And by the way, sometimes I'm also doing some divination. This is really fun, but I'm using the candle that I'm sitting with and the piece of paper where my new moon wish is on, and I just drop some of the candle wax on the piece of paper, and sometimes I get some like action steps that I should take. Sometimes I get some insights that were not clear to me. Like, this is really fun, like doing some candle wax divination. This is optional. I just wanted to put in here because this is what I do in my magical workings. But yeah, once you are done with all of that, you want to state the following. Grandmother Moon, hear my wish. I give you this. Fill in what you gift that day as a loving gift. In silent dark, my dream takes flight to rise and bloom in fullest light. And I forgot to mention something earlier, because not only do I place my little new moon bowl somewhere where I can see it daily and without a doubt be reminded that I should put my little gift inside, like my daily gift, I'm also putting it on my windowsill. Like, this is just a place in my apartment that I can see, like I'm reminded because it's next to my working desk. And it's also so that this little new moon bowl can be exposed to the light of the moon. Because remember that we are working with the cycle of the moon. We want to understand that just like the moon is like growing in light, it's getting more luminous, so is the intention in our new moon bowl. And by the way, I'm doing the same for my little wishing well. It's sitting right here, as you can see, next to the fairy castle. And I really wanted to absorb the energy of the moon. I want it to be exposed to the light, but also the darkness of the moon phases. And that's why it is sitting right here. All right, magical one. And I have one last new moon ritual idea for you, and it is knot magic. Now, knot magic is super simple. It is really effective. And it's not really obvious, so in case you cannot perform magic openly, this idea is perfect for you. And all you will need for this knot magic is a long piece of organic cord and things you associate with your wish. Now, I love to do this spell with herbs and flowers, but you could also use feathers, maybe crystals, shells, sticks, or pearls. Literally anything you can make a knot around. Now hold everything in your hand and direct your energy into the things that you will use in your magical working. And then you want to state out loud, this new moon night I cast my wish, with every knot my will is spun, aligned with the stars, the moon and the sun. And now it is time to do the knots. Make 10 knots, and with every knot include herbs, feathers or other things that you chose for this working. And while doing the knots, really infuse your intention into the knots. Like, while making the knot, think about your wish, feel the emotion in your body to really infuse your cord. And I usually do 10 knots because 10 to me is the number that shows that a cycle is closed and a new cycle can start. So it's perfect for like new beginnings, a fresh new start, but see what number resonates with you here. And I then leave the knot magic cord on my windowsill for a day so it can really absorb the new moon energy, and I then place it above my altar or wherever it feels right. And if you want, you can even take your magical knot cord and weave it around a glass jar where you can light a candle every single night until the full moon, but this is really optional. Like, as always, I'm only giving you some ideas, but feel free to adapt the spells and rituals to your own magical workings and your own liking. Alright, magical ones, so I really hope this video was helpful or inspiring to you. If it was, then please don't forget to do the YouTube magic, because it really shows the YouTube fairies that they can recommend my channel and my content to more people. So subscribe if you are not already, like the video, this really helps out so much and it is for free. And yeah, comment down below what ritual idea you liked the most and if you will do any new moon magic on the new moon in Leo. And we will hang out again next week. So I really hope you have a beautiful, magical week and see you then. Bye bye.